Hey guys, I'm Tanya with Scraptastic Creations. Today I'm going to create a 2-page layout using the Close to My Heart exclusive Storybook collection. This collection features some really fun icons like dragons and unicorns and castles and the crowns and some cute sayings, happy day, this is where the magic is, dragon slayer. So this sticker sheet has a fun UV coating. Hopefully the camera picked that up. This is the paper that I'm going to be using, and I just wanted to show you, you have these fun patterns. This paper is reversible, where you have like the unicorns on one side, then on the other side you have the dragons and the treasure chest and keys and just fun little icons. So let me clear this up and we'll get right started. So I went ahead and brought in 2 Versa mats since we're doing a 2-page layout. I laid down some black cardstock and some white daisy cardstock, and I cut the white daisy to 11 by 11.5. Let me show you my photos. We recently went to a Renaissance fair and I had never been to one, so this was a lot of fun for us. So I thought that the Storybook collection would be great to document these photos. So I'm going to use this as my main focal point. And then I printed some other fun photos of some things that we did there. My son wanted to sword fight and try this, and they had like little teams going on, so that was a lot of fun. And then we just saw some really neat fun things. I also printed these smaller photos. I'm going to create some tags, and these tags are going to be interactive. So I wanted to put some photos on them. This was some fun things that we did. We seen jousting while we were there, and then we went into this one tent, the Lost Book of Herbal Remedies. This lady was so fun, dressed up, and she just like talked to us and told us all kinds of neat, fun things. So I thought that these would be fun to include. I'm going to use this Storybook stamp and thin cut set. So this had some fun. I'm going to use this dragon and this rainbow, and they have coordinated die cuts. I also want to use this. This is a card front metal die. And I'm going to take this and use this and cut this and make this my background for my layout. So I cut 2 of those in mist cardstock, and I went ahead and cut them on a dark side. And I'm going to lay these photos, these pieces out right here. And this is going to be like kind of like a panel. And I'm going to kind of create around it. I also went ahead and cut some 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 frames, and I'm going to kind of just lay these out and use these to mat my photos. And this white one here is not going to be white. I'm going to bring in some stencils, and we're going to create this background, and we're also going to bring that over here. This is where I'm going to put part of my title, and I would like to do a banner here with the rest of the title. So I'm going to bring in these photos. So I went ahead and cut the dies and stamped them for the castle and the dragon and the rainbow, and I kind of want to put the dragon over here and the castle over here and the rainbow somewhere over here. And then my title, I'm going to have my title say Happy Times. So kind of like medieval times, so we'll do Happy Times because it was just a fun, happy experience for my family. So I went ahead and used the Moxie stamp and thin cuts. These letters are really cool because you can cut them out in any color with your die cutting machine. And then they have coordinating stamps where you can stamp them in a different color, so you can kind of have like a shadow effect. And I went ahead and used white and black ink. So I'm going to move this, and we're going to create the rest of our pieces with the stenciling. So I'm going to bring in my all-purpose mat. This mat is great to paint on or splatter on. It has a kind of a sticky little grab finish on the other side, so it'll stay on your desk and not move while you work. And I would like to use these pieces to stencil. I'm going to use this stencil, which is in the current catalog. It's a new stencil that we have. And I'm going to show you how I do that. I'm going to bring in my black ink, a blending brush. You can use a blending brush of any kind of brush that you have. So let's mask this off. So this is real easy to do. We're just going to spread our ink and roll it around. And I only used a little bit of light, low-tack tape to hold that in place, even though I'm kind of holding it here with my finger as well. But this is really easy to do, and honestly, it's pretty quick as well. So then I'm just going to move this, and I'm going to flip it over. Okay, so I brought my Versamat back in, and I went ahead and placed that 3¼ by 3¼ piece behind this photo, and I cut it in two and put it on the sides of the two panel pieces. I'm going to bring in a piece of sage cardstock, and I'm going to use that behind my photo, but I'm also going to go ahead and mat my photo on a piece of black cardstock. I know you're thinking that we still have this empty space here, but we're going to continue this across the page. And I went ahead and cut 3¼ by 2½. So we will continue this strip all the way across this page. And I'm probably going to dovetail this, and if you don't know how to dovetail, I'm literally just going to lay my paper out, and I'm going to cut right in the middle. So let's see, I did this 2½. So sorry, I'm trying not to cut the paper underneath of me. Oh. So I'll probably go like about an inch. I'm sorry, about 1/2 inch. And then I'll just take the corners and go up to the middle. This is probably the easiest way to do that. Mess up my stuff. So I'm going to slide this under the photo, and you can't even see where I didn't stencil in the middle, or where these panels right here do not reach into the middle. So I went ahead and put some foam tape on the back of this, and I only put foam tape on 3 sides, though not the top, because this is going to be my pocket. So I'm going to put this here, just kind of right in the middle. And then I wanted to bring in this pattern right here. I wanted to bring it over here. So I cut 2 pieces of that stripe about 1 inch by 7, and I'm going to kind of put them on top here and then on the bottom down here. And I'm thinking that these pieces need distressed. So I'm just going to take my black ink pad and I'm going to pick up my pieces and distress around them. This just kind of gives it a kind of like a finished look, and it separates your paper from the background. So I'm going to do this piece and then I will do the rest of them off camera. After I distressed all my pieces, that I wanted to add in a little of our black shimmer brush. This is a little shimmer brush, has a like black ink in here and some glitter, and it's just adds a cute little effect onto your layout. So I'm just going to tap a little bit here, and then I'm going to bring in my other one and add some like so. So I went ahead and brought in these letters. These are cute little letters. They're about 1/2 inch, a little more than 1/2 inch tall, and they have these fun little banners. This is a thin cut that I went ahead and I cut out 5 of them, and I spelt the word happy on this little banner, and I'm gonna put these down here. I just wanted to tell you too, when I went ahead and distressed with my blending brush and went around the edges, I didn't do these edges because I want to make the layout look like it's one continuous layout, and they wouldn't have ink on them. And then I also didn't ink on the bottom part of this or the top part of this, so this made this look like a continuous page. If you lined it up and if you cut that strip to where it's the same piece of paper, it just looks like one continuous piece of paper behind there, and I really only used 1 inch strips. So let's go ahead and color these. I'm going to bring in my TriBlend markers. These markers are blend beautifully. There's 3-in-1 markers. So you have 3 markers in one of these, and I absolutely love these. These are the best markers I've ever used in 26 years of scrapbooking. So I'm going to do that off camera so you don't have to watch me color. So I got my images colored, and I'm going to put these back in the places where I had them. And then I went ahead and colored this camera to bring this gray in over here. And this camera is super cute, and that came off this really fun set, Loving Right Now. I'm going to use several of these pieces off of here to document and embellish my layout. This is another piece off of that stamp. I cut the circle and then stamped the inner circle on here because, well, this is my inner circle right here. And then I cut these great little fun sayings off of that stamp set. Great adventure, killing it, because my son was doing really well on his sword fighting, especially for never doing it. And then fun. And then I'm thinking about bringing in these super fun little arrows. These are on this black board right here, and they pop right on out. So I thought it would be fun to bring in some of these arrows. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I want to bring in this scroll from this sticker sheet. I thought this would be a fun place to put where we went that Renaissance fair, just to put the name of the place that we went. And then I went ahead and removed the sticky with my anti-static pouch. I removed the sticky from the back of this so I can kind of play with it. So I just thought we'd lay it somewhere around there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue my photos down and glue these little pieces down so we can continue working. So I went ahead and glued those down and then just brought in my black journaling pen to make a dash there because I had to cut the name apart because it wouldn't fit on my image. So I went ahead and also I cut some tags from this Buildable Tags Thin Cuts. I went ahead and used these 2 large tags for my tags that are going to come out behind my photo. So I got my tags distressed and I distressed both sides of them. I just used some more of the pattern paper and I put reinforcers on both of those in the black cardstock. So when you're taking them in and out, they're nice and sturdy. I'm going to bring in the photos that I chose to use, and I did mat these 2 on black cardstock. And I also stamped a couple of those images from the one stamp set that I showed you earlier, the Loving It Right Now. I thought these would be fun. I thought this would be a really fun to add in my journaling because it says location, date, rating. So I can put, you know, the fair and the date and rate it and just put a few little things on here. One of the things that was really fun for me was my kids were really excited because they heard fair and they thought there was going to be a lot of rides, and so they were like super excited, like, oh, we're going on the rides, and there really wasn't any rides there. But when I hear the word fair, I automatically think of food. So I was really excited when we went there, and I tried a lot of different things. One of the things I had, oops, that's okay. One of the things I had was fried dough, and I hadn't had fried dough in probably 10 or 15 years, and it was really good. So we tried a lot of different things, a lot of fun things, mostly fried things. They had fried Oreos and fried Twinkies and fried pickles and everything fried you can possibly imagine. So I'm gonna stick my kids on this little heart one because it's my kids. And I do use this liquid Tombow glue. I use a couple of different liquid glues. That's very strong glue, so I like it. Like I said, I use different glues for different things. That just happens to be the one I'm using right now. And then I'm going to stick this book on the back of that. So one of the things about this glue is if you mess up, you can just kind of rub your little finger over there if you get a little bit too much glue, and it honestly comes right off. So that's a helpful little thing right there because I make mistakes all the time. So I thought that looked cute right there. And I'm going to put this journaling thing, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to put a little pocket right here. And I'm not going to make that bulky, but I wanted to show you that I saved our bracelets from the fair, and I'm going to stick them in there. So that'll just be another little fun thing. And just the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to literally just put glue on the edge. My pocket's going to be sticking out, so I'm just not going to put it on the top, and I will be able to slide my little bracelets, my little admission bracelets, right down in there. and that'll be super cute. So I'll fold these up in just a little bit differently and just a little straighter, a little neater. And I'll stick these down in here as soon as this glue dries. And then I'll have my fun my little bracelets in there. So another little memento. So you don't have to have just photos. You can include the parts of the booklet that you went to and for where you went, or your little admission bracelets. Just can stick your little report cards, your kids' report cards down in your you create a little pocket and stick just some fun little mementos. So I thought that would be fun. And this little jousting thing was like an exciting thing for my kids, because they had never seen jousting, and this whole experience was super fun. I think we would definitely do it again. And maybe even dress up the next time, because people were dressed up in these super fun costumes and just walking around and just really like playing the role, you know? So it was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun for us. So just to stick this here just to show the excitement that we had when we were standing here. We were cheering. This was the main announcer, and we had teams. So this side of the fence had one team, and this side of the fence had another team. And so we were cheering it on, and it was fun because our team won. So these pockets are going to just slide right on in here. So they'll slide in and out of here. And we're going to cut our memory protector. So after we put this in, we're going to just put this down, use our ruler, and you can use a straight knife, or you can use your scissors and just make a slit in your page protector, so you'll have your tags will slide in and out. So you can kind of put these however you'd like. So we'll come back to that and we'll add some twine to that. I want to go ahead and maybe bring in some black twine from my stash that I have. On here, there's a few little icons on this one. And then if you bring the castle one in, there's a couple of arrows and like a burst and hearts, and this little, I'm definitely going to use this little star, like diamond shaped thing. But I also went ahead and brought in, this is the card making stamp to it, the Storybook card making one. And this little frog, and had like some crowns here that are those metal dies. So these were super fun. I created some cards with them, so I've already used this. But there's some fun little icons on here that are different sizes, this little curved arrow. So I want to bring these in, and I'm just going to get my black ink out and random stamp those. I have them on a blocks already. And if you've not used your stamp set yet, rub it on your hand. This will just season it and take off the finish, the little manufacturer finish on there. So I'll bring in my black. And I think that we will go ahead and put this diamond here. I'm thinking of maybe bringing in some liquid pearls and making some dots around here, just to add a little bit more interest to this page and give it some dimension. I love dimension. So you can do that with some random little dots, and these are super fun to use. So this is like an embellishment, only you're using this this liquid, and we'll go ahead and you can make these as big or as small as you want. And yeah, just adds a fun little embellishment, a fun little thing if you don't have any gems or sequence or something. So that's cute. And I think that's good. Well, maybe we'll add one more right here, a little bit bigger. Yeah, I like that. Now, one more. Okay, so there we go. So you need to let those dry before you put them in the page protector, or they'll get smushed down or like even like smear, and you don't want that to happen. They don't take long to dry, but give it a good 20 minutes or so before you go ahead and stick that in your page protector. You might even want to just let it dry overnight. So I'm going to come back and decide which one of these I want to put here, or if I just want to distress this and stick my title down right there. I think that looks super cute. I think it has enough dimension and enough embellishments. I'm going to come back after I'm sure these are dry, and I will show you how to create your pocket with your memory protector. So that way there you can slide your cards in and out there. And if you enjoyed this paper collection, there are several things to this paper collection. In the catalog, we have Picture My Life cards. These are some embellishments. They're little die cuts. We have a digital art collection. And these are the stamps that I showed you, along with a scrapbooking kit. And they have a card making kit. So again, if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Till next time.